Welcome to the Merch Minds podcast, where we discuss everything about the Merch by Amazon business and the print-on-demand industry. Here are your hosts, Glen and Yong.
Welcome to the Merch Minds podcast, episode number 24. My name is Glen. I have a YouTube channel, Hustler Hacks. You might have seen it before. This is Yong, my partner here. There he is.
I do have a YouTube channel, and strangely enough, although I don't put up any videos, every now and then I get a new subscriber. It makes no sense. I don't get it, but
they're waiting for another video. So
probably not going to happen, man.
All right. Well, at least they can listen to you here on the podcast.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. So another week of merch. There's actually some new news that came out yesterday that we should probably talk about too. But what do you want to get to first? The numbers or
you know what? Let's talk about the new announcement that was posted last night. Today is Thursday, March 23rd. So for those of you guys that don't know, if you log into your dashboard, there's a new notice from Amazon saying that Canadian apparel is no more. And they will be getting rid of Canadian apparel within the next, what was the timeline, Glenn? I can't remember.
Tuesday, March 28th, we will remove the option to submit American Apparel shirts.
Canadian apparel, man.
Sorry.
So Tuesday, we will no longer have the option to choose Canadian apparel. It will be replaced with what?
Bella plus Canvas.
Okay.
Is that how you say it, or just Bella Canvas?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I never even heard of that brand. So.
Oh! I thought you were gonna do your homework before we did the podcast. Just kidding.
I thought you were gonna do your homework. Oh my gosh! Now we're both looking bad. This is ridiculous.
So now it's gonna. Okay, well, you know what? Let's just finish the message. So it is gonna replace it. So Tuesday, March 28th, we will remove the option to submit Canadian apparel shirts.
Yes.
And oh man, so Bella plus Canvas t-shirts will become available for selection in the portal. Premium t-shirts will maintain a comparable fit and feel, and their additional cost will be unchanged at $1.50.
Okay. Well, you know what? Maybe after the show, I have to do some research, which I should have done before the show. But like I said, I'd never even heard of that brand. But so next Tuesday, Canadian apparel will no longer be available on merch. So that's the main news from Amazon.
And if you check your email, you might have gotten a survey.
Yes, I did not get that survey. I got that. Well, I got my survey about maybe 2 months ago. Yeah, I got mine about 2 months ago. Now I don't know if they sent that.
This is a different one though.
Yeah, it is
a different one. Yeah, this is a different one.
Well, shoot,
maybe you'll get it. I think they're just rolling them all. I think I got mine like not too long ago, and people got it before I did, so they're probably just barely getting those out.
Okay. Well, so I just logged into my email and I did not see the survey. So survey says.
You'll get it soon. Okay. Don't worry about that. I wouldn't lose sleep because I know you're worrying a lot. Just kidding.
I do, man.
You care about merch.
I do.
Is in your blood.
Man. It is in my blood.
I get it.
So you want to talk numbers?
Let's talk about the bloody numbers.
Okay. You want to go first or should I?
Sure, I'll go first. So some of my shirts got removed, 60-day rule. So that went down a little bit. Not a whole lot, but some went down, I guess, during that timetable, but more will go down as time happens. So we'll see what happens with that. But it's the last 7 days, 254 shirts products sold for the week. And as of right now, estimated royalties like $1,381. And I think I sold like 20 shirts today. As of right now, it's going to be 6:00 p.m. I think yesterday was a little slower. The day before that, though, or maybe it was Monday.
You said it was Monday.
I sold like 55 shirts that day. So that was a really good day. And then it just went up and down like it normally does. And then today, like I said, I think I sold like 20, 21 shirts or something so far. So we can get to that 30 range. I'll be happy. Usually 30, 35 is really good for me, or average good. 55 plus is like amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, Monday wasn't had that day. And then we did get our, I think, royalties for last month, or at least our earnings.
It was
estimated
posted.
earnings. Yeah, estimated earnings for February. $5,118.36 for February.
Cool.
And I was really thinking, you know what, when we were talking about these numbers in that month, I was really thinking it was going to be like 53, maybe $5,800 range. But then I forgot that February was like a shorter month and we didn't have like those extra 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have probably put me up to maybe, like 55 range, maybe a little bit more.
Okay.
So 51 February, and it was a short month. So I think that's pretty good for the short month.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see. My numbers. Well, first of all, Glenn, is that a bottle of, what is that? A jar of honey?
What are you looking at? Honey.
That on that table.
That's a Goo Gone for some of
man,
these
I thought he was like,
eBay.
I'm like, you're eating honey or something. I was like, what is this guy doing? Okay.
I do have to soothe this voice for this podcast.
Sexy voice, this guy. Well, man, I'm telling you, man, my I was doing really good up until freaking St. Patrick's Day. A lot of my T-shirts were, well, no, you know what? I shouldn't say a lot. There was about maybe 4 or 5 T-shirts up until St. Patrick's Day that just kept selling, along with all my other shirts. But after St. Patty's Day, my sales have gone down significantly. So if you guys recall, going up to St. Patrick's Day, I was doing 12 plus shirts per day. I was doing like $2,000 in sales, and those numbers have just completely dropped. And just to kind of give you an idea, right now my 7-day average, 62 sold. Usually that's 100 or more.
Oh man.
Product purchases for the last 7 days, $1,200. And this is where it hurts, right? Estimated royalties, usually before St. Patty's Day, it was right around $700. My estimated royalty for the last 7 days right now is just a little over $400.
Okay.
So my numbers have dropped. And that's the thing, right? I'm uploading every freaking day, man. I'm putting up fresh new designs. Like you, I just had a bunch, removed because of the 60-day surge. But every day I'm uploading designs, and as of now, today is 5:00 Pacific Standard Time. I only have 4 shirts that sold.
So what do you think it was? Do you think St. Patrick's Day for sure is what? Well, because were you heavily invested in St. Patrick's Day?
Not as much as other people. I think I probably had about maybe 7 or 8 shirts.
But they were selling pretty good, I would think. I mean, because your numbers...
Only a couple.
Okay.
Shirts sold really good. I mean, I'm talking like, I think one sold like 30 within 30 days, and another one I sold like maybe 60 within 30 days.
Oh man, well, all that's gonna add up real quick.
Yeah, but here's the thing. But I mean, even before I designed those shirts, leading up to St. Patty's Day, I was still doing 10 plus shirts per day. And the fact that it drops so much, I don't know, it's weird. But the good news is, I'm selling a lot of new designs. So
yeah, that's good, because that keeps them up there, keeps them live.
Of course,
taking them down.
Yeah, so that's a good thing. Yeah, it's frustrating. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man.
But I know that you're wanting to work not only on this, but also get that Shopify store.
Yeah, and I've been doing that kind of. I still need some assistance. Big shout out to Gio Hernandez. This guy's been helping me a lot behind the scenes. And we need to get this guy on the show because he has a really, really cool story. Um, so maybe in the next few weeks we'll have him on. But
Okay.
he's been helping me a lot. Answering my questions, and we talked the other day on Facebook Messenger. So good guy, good guy. But
Okay.
yeah, so he's been helping me because the thing about Shopify is it's not like merch where and when we log into the dashboard for merch, it's a simple dashboard, right?
Yeah.
With Shopify, there's all kinds of crazy different settings. Like I don't know what's what. I don't know how to have my settings. How do you do this and how do you do that? And I did take a course on Skillshare, which by the way is a great course and I highly recommend it. I just can't remember the damn title at the moment. I'll have that in the show notes.
Okay.
But still, I mean, even after watching that course, there's a lot of settings that I just don't understand. Like I don't know how to have those settings. So that's something that I need to talk to Gio with. Currently, he's on a plane coming back to the U.S. from Guatemala. So maybe once he gets back to the States, I'll talk to him and he can help me out with the settings. But yeah, so that's the only thing that's really holding me back. The site's pretty much done. I just got to figure out the settings.
Okay. And then once you do, and then you'll teach me, and then we'll.
Yeah, and then you and I will sit down and we'll definitely get you started on that as well.
It just seems like it does seem a little more complicated than other platforms. Like it's almost like I guess if we would compare it, would you say like merch is like the eBay and then Shopify is like the FBA, like learning random stuff? Because you know how easier eBay is compared to.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a good analogy. Yeah, I mean, Shopify is pretty easy, right? It's simple. The thing, again, the thing that's really kind of setting me back is, again, I don't know how to have all my settings. Again, you have so many options and variations. It's like I don't know what to do. Like
Okay.
like the big thing for me right now is the shipping, right? So I picked, and I don't know if this is going to make sense to you, obviously, because you haven't started yet. But for instance, I have my domestic shipping set. I think I said it correctly. I don't know. But then you also have the international shipping, which I haven't even done yet because I don't know. I don't know how to set the pricing, and again, I mean, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm making a simple thing complicated. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. But again, it'd just be nice to have someone sit down with me and just kind of walk me through the whole process.
Okay. Very nice. So I guess you have to keep us updated with the Shopify
Sure.
stuff. Let us
Sure.
know. All right. So do you want to talk about our guest?
Yes, we have Jewel Tolentino from British Columbia, Vancouver. One of my favorite places to go visit. I always said that if I was to ever move out of the country, Vancouver would be on the top of my list. But yeah, so she's on merch, but she's also, she's doing all kinds of different things, kind of like us. She does FBA and eBay and Craigslist, but she's also a social media marketing guru. So yeah, you want to talk to her, man? Let's get into it.
Yes, sir. Let's get
All
into
right.
it.
Glenn, something about the Canadians, man. I'm telling you, man, they love to hustle. So we're going back.
Yes, sir.
We're going back to Canada, but we're going to the West Coast. And this is that, and I was actually telling her right before the interview. British Columbia, specifically Vancouver, is one of my favorite places to visit. And I'm not just saying this. I love Vancouver. I used to go there at least once a year. I'm long overdue. I haven't been there for a quick minute, so I need to renew my damn passport and head back up there. But we have the beautiful Miss Jewel Tolentino. Did I pronounce that right?
Yep, you got the name right.
Okay, well, why don't you go ahead and tell us about yourself? And if you don't mind, let us know what tier you're on merch. And yeah.
Okay, cool. So my name is Jewel Tolentino. I'm from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and I started merch last 2016 May with two of my good friends. One of them is my business partner, and another was a friend from high school. And we just randomly found merch. I did on a YouTube video. I saw Chris Green talking about it. I was in FBA at the time. And then, we've been doing it part-time since then, casually, very casually. We have two accounts, one under my name and one under my business partner's name. The first account is at 500 tier, and the second account just got tiered up last night to 100. So we're at 500 and 100.
So last night you got tiered up to 100. So
yeah.
And I was telling Glenn, this is what I like about you, at least from what I saw in your videos. And you and I had talked privately through Facebook Messenger. You kind of remind me of me and Glenn because you have your hands in all kinds of different things. You do all kinds of crazy stuff, and I respect that, right? You do. You mentioned you do FBA, and what I really like is the fact that you do a lot of Craigslist. I don't know if you still do Craigslist, but because I do a lot of Craigslist, and that's what I like about you. Again, you kind of remind me of me and Glenn, except obviously you're much better looking than we are.
You know what it is, Yong? Hustlers get bored when you only have one thing to do.
It's true.
That is true, and I think it's fair to say that a lot of hustlers, if that's the term you want to use, we always talk about diversifying your income stream, and we'll get into merch here in a second, Jewel. But are you still doing FBA and Craigslist and all that?
Yeah, so like I first started, like the whole e-commerce world was through Craigslist, was through selling through Craigslist, and then it evolved into eBay. And then once I mastered Craigslist, then I became obsessed with eBay. And then eBay led to Amazon FBA, and then it led to merch, and then other things that we do with Udemy and YouTube. But yeah, so I still do Craigslist when I see opportunities with Craigslist. Like I recently just sold my business partner's ripped couch, and I made like a YouTube video on it because everyone was telling me that I could not sell this ripped couch. And I love it when people think that I can't sell something, because you can sell anything on Craigslist and eBay.
Absolutely.
So it was a challenge for me.
Yeah. No, I have to check out that video, but yeah. And so you mentioned Udemy. You do, I believe, your partner and yourself, you guys have videos on Udemy and Skillshare
too? Yeah,
and
that's
Skillshare.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Skillshare, and then a couple of other smaller sites, but those are like the main ones.
And I personally prefer Skillshare, but what are some of your popular courses right now?
The most popular course we have right now on Udemy is my Amazon FBA specifically for Canadians.
Okay.
So when I started doing Amazon FBA, I found that there was little to no information for Canadians. So I had to figure everything out myself, because everyone was always talking about if you're located in the US, and it's a little bit different in Canada. It's much slower. You can raise the prices higher on the products because there aren't as much competition, and you can get away with a lot more in Canada. I find with pricing, like you can really jack it up with some items, but I find you can't really do that in the US. So I created a course specifically for Canadians, and it's like the number one selling course. Our second one is a social media course that we have.
Yeah, and you're like this marketing guru. When you showed me your courses, I was like, man, she's like this marketing guru too, and I definitely want to pick your brain on that as well. So maybe during the show or after the show, but yeah. So that again, she has her hands in all kinds of different things. And now, if you don't mind, I'll have the links to your courses in the show notes.
That'd be awesome.
Let's get into it.
Okay.
Merch. Okay, so you got into it because of Chris Green, like most people. Are you doing your own designs?
Yes, we do. We do most of our own designs through the basic knowledge that we have through Photoshop. We are not designers. at all. But we did like YouTube videos. Like we're very self-taught, so we just went to YouTube. I actually watched a couple of Photoshop videos, and we do most of our own designs, as well as we have 2 freelance designers from Upwork.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay.
Glenn.
That was one of the questions that I wanted to get to, because I remember I saw one of the update videos and you guys talked a little bit about Upwork. So how did that process go? And what did you explain to them as far as like you had ideas ready to go, or did they have to like research stuff like trademarked ideas, or how did that work?
Okay, so we watched a video from this other guy named John. I forgot his YouTube channel name, but he was explaining how he found some Upwork designers. And we thought that we could do basic designs, but we needed some people who actually knew how to design to help us out with the more intricate ideas that we had. So we did like this whole interview process. My business partner actually conducted it. We created a sort of like a job listing, and lots of people applied. We had very specific criteria. You really needed to know how to communicate, speak English, and we actually had Skype sessions with them to see how well they would communicate with us. Communication was very important. So we wanted to see if they could understand us. So we would say, okay, how would you do this design? And we would make up something like a cat wearing a dog t-shirt or something like that. Like we would just make up random things and say, describe to us how you would do this design. And we would make it very clear that, nothing was to be copyrighted. Like it has to be all original work. We were like dead serious about that we will remove you if, you break those terms with us. And then there was maybe 50 plus applicants, and then with the Skype interviews it was down to 10, and then there was the final 2, and then we gave them like a little contest. So we gave them each the same designs, like 5 different t-shirt ideas to make, and we said, make as many variations as you need to, but show us your best. And they both presented their version of that idea that we had, and we liked them both, so we hired them both.
Oh wow!
Nice.
I thought you were gonna end up saying that you eliminated somebody, like the whole American Idol model. You just you just eliminate people. You're like, get the hell on.
We both have different design styles, so we liked both, because one's very good at doing cute designs, cute cartoony designs, and the other one can do like more realistic type designs. So we wanted both, like a different variation.
Wow. So you guys got a big turnout then, with like narrowing all the way down to like 2. I mean,
yeah,
that was a crazy process.
No,
definitely a lot of work.
That's great. That's great. I mean, you guys obviously know what you want, and the whole process of elimination. That's perfect. But so if you don't mind me asking, how much are you paying per design on Upwork?
We are paying $3 per design.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yo, man, what the heck?
That was something we said right up front. We said we're gonna do like a lot, but it's gonna be $3 per design, and they were like cool with it. So yeah, it worked out.
Nice.
So I'm curious then. I mean, $3 per design. I mean, how vector graphic heavy are these designs, or are they just simple designs?
Some of them, I mean, most of them, I'd say. I mean, you guys are designers, so they may be simple to you. Our ideas are kind of simple, to be honest. We're very basic. Like, I don't think it needs to be that crazy to sell a shirt. So I wouldn't say it's intricate, crazy design. I'd say it's medium.
Okay. No, I mean, Glenn and I, we always preach, simple designs are always best, because the last thing I want to do, and I did this in the beginning, Glenn, I don't know if you did this, but I used to spend like 2 hours on one design to try and make it really nice, have all these crazy graphics on it, and then find out that no one's gonna buy it. So I just stopped doing. I just stopped doing it, and then I find that all these simple designs are it takes me 30 minutes and they're selling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
exactly. And so how
is that something? I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Glenn.
How are the designers doing now? So now you kind of kept them on for a while. Are they pretty consistent? And how many, I guess, designs are you guys pretty much like getting out per week? Because now that you're doing some of them, and then now you have the team doing some, how many are you trying to get out per week?
Well, so they're a little bit hit and miss sometimes with what we think it's going to look like and then what they
Okay.
come out with. But they do as many revisions as we need to fix it. So sometimes they'll get it like right away, but then sometimes they won't. So then we need to fix it up. So I'd say that because we all like our other, like my business partner and I, we have like so many other things going. And then our other partner, she's a 911 operator. So she has like a full-time job. So we meet like one to two times a week. So we can get maybe like 20 to 40-ish designs out per week. And then I just go and save them drafts and then I upload them whenever like we can do it per day. So it's like we want to amplify it right now, but it's pretty casual.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're doing this casually, but you've grown so much. So
Yes.
I mean, and that's what kills me, because I'm like balls to the wall, gung ho, and I can barely even break $2,000 these days. But no, just goes and shows you, it's all about the concept and research. So is there a reason why you're doing this with your partner, or even the third person? I'm just curious.
Well, yeah, I can tell you the story. It's so I did it myself by myself, and I created a t-shirt of a quote. It was "Think outside the box," and then the word "think" was outside of the box. And I made that really basically in Photoshop, and I was really proud of it. And I uploaded the one shirt, and then my parents and my sister and family and friends, they bought it. And so I was like all excited.
Nice.
And then after that, no one bought it. And then it was just like dead sales. I thought that it was just going to take off. So I kind of just left it. And then I didn't touch merch for months after that. But I was in the Merch by Amazon Facebook group that Chris Green has. And I kept seeing notifications of people who were making like a lot and just really killing it per week. And a lot of people who didn't have any experience with Photoshop or any experience in business at all who were doing really well. And I just kept seeing these posts to the point where I was like, I'm going to make this work. I'm going to get back into this. I'm going to figure it out. And so I brought it up to my business partner's attention, and she was like, "What? T-shirts? What do you mean?"
She had no idea. Huh?
Yeah, it's like weird concept to people when you explain it to them. And she just thought it was weird at first, and like, "What do you mean we're gonna make T-shirts?" And I was like, "No, it's more than that. It's the designs. It's like when Amazon releases a new platform, you want to get on it, right? So
yes,
with Amazon FBA, so we started thinking of ideas, and we a friend from high school, she had like contacted me on Facebook seeing what I was doing online, and we met up, and she wanted to know more about Amazon FBA, and so I taught her Amazon FBA, and she was just the type of worker to take initiative, to do things without having to ask so many questions. Like if she didn't know how to do something on Amazon FBA, she would just go Google it and find out. And I just saw a certain characteristic trait in her that I said to myself, I really want to work with her. She seems like a good person to work with, because we've gone through a lot of people with business partners and stuff and working with people. So I said, hey, you want to do this Merch by Amazon thing with us? And she was like, I have no idea what that is. She looked it up. One thing led to another. We had our first meeting back in May 2016, came up with some really basic t-shirt designs, uploaded them, didn't make any sales for a month, but still kept meeting up once a week. And then we made our first 2 sales Father's Day shirts. It's like a pizza thing for Father's Day. And then it was really basic. And then that first sale, we were hooked and we were like obsessed. And now we meet 1 to 2 times a week.
That's awesome.
Consistently since then.
That's awesome. Hey, Glenn, is there any? Why are you laughing, man? Is there? Why are you laughing? Hey,
I just have a lot of stuff that, a lot of like different.
Well, hold on, man.
Different...
Before you ask something, man, because she just, I love that story about how she teamed up with her friends and she has a business partner. What say you that you and I hook up and we can split the profits from your account? Huh? What do you say? Huh? Come on.
Oh man.
What say you? Huh? We're friends. We're homies.
This was a whole trap to begin with, wasn't this, Young? Let me get this guy on the podcast. We can start interviewing some people. Next thing you know, I'm taking some money from his account.
Okay, you know what? You obviously didn't give me an answer, so we'll talk about it after the show. But but yeah, I mean, let's get back to Jewel. You said you have some questions.
Well, she just made like great points in this. The fact that, all right, so before the business partners, you didn't do anything for a little while after you made that first shirt. You didn't do anything, but you didn't give up entirely. You came back. And then later on, after the business partners, this was like a key moment. You didn't make any sales for a month, and you kept on meeting up, making shirts, coming up with ideas. I get emails from people that have been in for a couple of days that haven't sold anything, that are very frustrated with merch. A couple of weeks, a month, and they're frustrated. What do I do? I'm getting discouraged with merch. What's the deal with this thing? So what type of advice would you tell a lot of these maybe people that just got in a couple of weeks ago, days, some even less, that are a little frustrated? What type of advice would you give them?
Well, with anything, I say to people that you need to be consistent. And if you're going to give up that quickly, then it's not for you. Like, it's like doing merch by Amazon, doing a business, you got to be in it for the long haul. You can't just expect results right away. And to me, the way I was looking at it was, I did give up a little bit in the beginning, where I was a little bit discouraged because I didn't make any sales after my friends and family didn't buy. Was that in the Facebook group, I was getting daily notifications of people who were doing it. So many people that I was like, it's not a crazy science. Like, you can figure this out. Like, there's too many people being successful in merch that why not you? Why couldn't it be me? So I was just reading the posts and seeing what people were doing, and basically they were just saying they were uploading. Everyone has different strategies on like the designs and the niches and stuff, but I think a lot of different types of methods work because, for instance, like Jacob Topping, he's really into data and going all science on it and just really breaking it down, and he's doing well. And then there's us who literally just thinks of ideas from our head. Just like, I'll be walking, I'll see someone's t-shirt with, I don't know, drink water, and then I'll just make a t-shirt with that says that with a cup of water or something, or it's a waterfall in the background or something. Like, everyone has different ways of doing it. I think just people just get so caught up in that I think that they just want immediate results. So what I would say is to be consistent, and it's not hard compared to a lot of other things. Like, you guys do a lot of things. This is one of the easiest ways, I feel, to make money. Like, FBA is more physical. You need to go in the stores and scan and box and sticker. It's a lot more moving parts. So I would say be consistent, and if you really want it that bad, you're going to stay in it and keep going.
No, that's a true characteristic of a hustler. I mean, just don't give up. I mean, and Glenn and I have said this 100 times by now. I mean, I think a lot of people come into it thinking that it's, that they're going to make a fortune overnight. And I keep saying, no, you're not going to make that money overnight. It's taken me, 13 months now to get to my point where I'm just breaking 2K in royalties per month. So no, that you nailed it on the nail there. It's a what's that phrase that people say that it's not a sprint, but what is it? It's not a sprint, it's a marathon, right? Is that right?
Like the journey, not the destination
Yeah,
type
something
thing.
like that. I
Yeah.
probably just tortured that whole slogan. But no, that's awesome that that you just took it and made it your own. So now I know you said you have two designers now. Now, are you still designing your own shirts?
Yeah, we definitely are. We love it. We enjoy it. It's fun for us. Yeah, we make the ones that we can. We try. Like if we can't make it, then we're like, okay, the designers do that one. Like we'll try it first to make it.
Wow, that's great. Glenn,
Yeah.
questions?
And when did you really start seeing like really great results? Like your first $100. Like when was that? How long did it take? And I guess going through your numbers and all of that.
So yeah, we started in May, and then every day I would sign into our account to see if we made sales, and every day it was 0, 0, 0, 0 until June, and then because it was Father's Day, then I saw 1, and then I was like freaking out.
Yeah.
And then there was another one, and then June. After that, June was just 2 sales. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then July, so we're on the 3rd month now. We're still meeting weekly. July comes around, and I think we did like 9 shirts in 1 week.
Nice.
In the middle of June. And we're like, oh my God, it's happening. Like it's happening. Things are starting to get traction. I guess we started getting better at thinking of designs and just being more intuitive with, I guess, what's popular in the world. And so I'd say July was like 9 in a week. And then it was like dripping in, and then Christmas was when we had this one Christmas shirt that sold like hundreds. It got taken off for copyright, even though there were all these other people who had it. But Christmas just like really exploded it, and now we're daily sales now. There's a couple of random days where we don't have sales, but now, like for instance, I was telling earlier, we've done 9 sales so far today. So
nice.
Yeah, so it's become pretty passive now, even though we only meet once or twice a week.
Mm-hmm. But you're uploading every day, right?
Yes, yeah. Like I put them up in the saved drafts, and then when it hits midnight,
you did mention that.
Yeah. When it hits midnight, then I just go, okay, yeah, go. Those ones are next up in line to go live.
Okay, so now being the social media marketing gurus that you ladies are, do you guys do any marketing on social media?
No, we don't do any. We tried one experiment during Christmas time, and I'll share it with you guys for the first time. I actually have not mentioned this at all to anyone except for our little dream team. But
yeah, we're part of the dream team.
During Christmas time, we took that one shirt that we had the design. It was a popular movie, and we actually paid a YouTuber who had about 250,000 subscribers. He is a movie reviewer, and so it was a Christmas movie themed shirt to go with that. So he wore it in one of his videos that he was reviewing a Christmas movie, and then after that, then our sales like exploded. But then that shirt got taken down. So yeah, that was our one experiment that we did.
Wait a minute. So if you don't mind me asking, how much did you end up paying this guy?
We paid the YouTuber, it was $200 US to wear the shirt for the entire duration of the video, and to specifically talk about it in the beginning, and to direct people to their links in the description.
Wow. So then before the shirt got taken down, did you make that money back at least?
Yeah, we made about like $1,000 on that shirt.
Wow.
Before it got taken down.
And you just messaged them. Just that was it. I mean, what did you comment on a video? Site. Okay.
No, we used a website called FameBit. and it's for
okay.
YouTubers.
Hold on.
Yeah, so
I
it's
need to write this down. I'm gonna forget. Fame bit.
Hey,
yeah,
Young, I'm
it's
a YouTuber. You can pay me to
I
wear
ain't
your
paying you. I ain't paying you jack. You cheap son of a. Fame bit. Okay.
yeah, so it's a site where YouTubers go there, and like YouTubers are on there, and then you, as a person who wants something advertised, can find a YouTuber who has a specific channel to whatever product or service you have, and then you can pay them. And we created, it's kind of like Upwork a little bit. You create like an application, and then a bunch of people apply, like a bunch of different kind of YouTubers. And there was hundreds and hundreds. I went through lots of channels, but this one fit the best because it was a movie theme on the t-shirt, and he was a movie reviewer. So he had a lot of subscribers, so it really worked out.
Wow. I'm gonna try this because I have a lot of shirts that I think that have potential, but they for some reason they just haven't. People haven't been buying them for some reason. So I'm gonna give that a shot.
Yeah.
Well, there's two things what I like about that though is the fact that number one, it was more of like thinking outside of the box type of advertising. Because all the time, like most of the time you hear about the merch stuff, everyone's like, yeah, I put on like
PPC, Facebook.
yeah, Facebook ads, the same stuff over and over. But to pay for like a YouTuber or get like an influencer to wear the shirt, like I think that's like super smart, like to get someone to wear it and then try to get some sales from that. So that's a really, really good idea.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. The second one I like is that I need to get this YouTube stuff going. 200,000+ subscribers. Imagine Young Ross finds wearing someone's shirt.
Yo,
Yeah.
you know
Get
what?
paid for that?
I'm telling you, man. Hey, I'm telling you. You should definitely. How's what?
Like that guy that we paid, it was one video. He was already going to do the movie review. He wears our shirt one time and he gets 200 American for it.
How long was that video?
It was like 5 to 6 minutes. So however long it takes him for him to talk about the movie.
So this guy got $200 for a 5-6 minute video
that he was already going to do.
And he got a free T-shirt out of it.
Yeah, he loved the T-shirt. He loved it. He specifically applied to our little campaign because of the design of the T-shirt. He wanted that T-shirt so bad.
Interesting.
Nice.
Hey, just out of curiosity, would you mind sharing that design with us, maybe behind the scenes? Because it's been suspended anyway. I'm just kind of curious what the T-shirt is.
Yeah, okay. I can share it with you after.
But speaking of YouTube, you do have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. What is it?
Okay. It's called Essetino Artists, and it's a combination of my last name and my business partner's last name. So my last name is Tolentino, and her last name is Esselin. So it's the first part of her last name and the last part of my last name. So it's Essetino.
That's very creative. Glen.
Yeah, she thought of that.
Glen. Yo. Zuby Chong. Zuby Chong.
That sounds good.
Huh? I'm telling you, man.
Oh, man.
Business partners, homie.
Zuby be like, what is that?
Very creative, Jewel. Very creative.
We wanted to think of like a cool new thing like Google. Like
Okay. And how long you been in business with her?
We started our first business venture in 2010. So
wow, so 6 years.
Back.
Yeah. Now, did you know each other before then?
Yeah, we went to high school together. We're high school friends. I've known her since grade 8.
Okay.
Nice. So this is like is this your full-time job then, both of you, as far as like purely your website, brand, everything? Or is this like a side hustle? What is it?
It's our full-time thing, but like within that, you guys saw that we do a lot of other things. So like the Udemy courses, YouTube, we have coaching clients. I can't even remember all the things that we do. Merch by Amazon, FBA, a lot of stuff within there. Yeah, eBay, all that stuff in there. But it's under Essetino Artists. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Jewel, we're running out of time here, but we had a blast.
Thank you.
You know, I've said this again. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I love Vancouver. Love Robson Street.
Oh yeah.
So I, one of these days I'm gonna have to head back up there, and when I do, well, I'm not gonna say we. I don't know if Glenn even has his damn passport, but
I know.
when I do, I would love to hang out and pick your brain, and
Yeah.
definitely change, exchange notes on how to be true hustlers.
Yeah, sounds good. That would be awesome.
Yeah, and in case people want to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
They can. Our YouTube channel is like the main thing. If you guys could put that in the notes, I guess,
Sure.
or on there. But yeah, it's Estetino Artist. They might not know how to spell that, or they can just type in my name into YouTube and they'll see like hundreds of videos.
Okay.
So, Jewel Tolentino.
And you're also in our Facebook group, correct?
Yeah, I'm in the Facebook group as well.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. There we go.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll definitely tag you in the group as well. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
For being on the show, Glenn. Any last comments and questions?
I like the interview. Time went by really, really quick. I like the interview a lot. Yeah,
it did. Zuby Chung, I like that a lot.
It's got a cool ring to it.
Thank you.
Zuby Chung podcast.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Jewel.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Great show. I'm really excited about our new partnership, Glenn.
Yeah, that interview went by super quick.
Yes. You're again avoiding my my comment here. I do want to talk about our new partnership where we're going to split your merch profits as business partners.
Yeah, I'm not really too thrilled about that partnership.
Okay, whatever,
I'll
man.
Podcast. I mean, I like the podcast.
Look here, man. We'll talk about this after the show. But no, that was a great show. Jewel was a great guest. And yeah, we'll definitely have her back on the show in the near future. But other than that, guys, if you guys want to get a hold of us, you can email me at Yong YONG at geekhustle.com. My new website is geekhustle.com. The website is not finished, but the content is there. Sign up for my newsletter. You'll get a lot of cool design tips. Glenn, where can they reach you at?
You can email me, hustlerhacks1@gmail.com. And you can ask us questions on the Merch Minds Facebook group, which, by the way, I was talking to Yong a couple of days ago, right? And I was telling him, look, I know we said 500 members, and Yong, he just sticks to his guns. He's like, I said 500. I don't want to go any more than that because things might get out of hand, all stuff. But me, being the hustler that I am, I was like, you know what? The people, man. They need us.
Do it for the people.
And do it for the people, man. And in that voice too. And he was like, you know what? I do understand you, but it's not going to happen with more than 500. But just kidding. We talked about it, and I was like, you know what? There's people that want to get into the group. It's hard for me to say no. Like, I really want to get more people in. We have quite a bit of people waiting to get in. We reached the 500. I don't know what our new limit should be, but I do want to go over 500. Yong said, you know what? It's your call. So I'm thinking about letting a bunch of people in.
Okay, how about this?
Let's see what we do from there.
How about 501?
Oh, one lucky person gets in.
501. That's a good number.
Because also with the Facebook group, what we liked though was that we try to respond to as many posts as possible and put in some different things, which I did some like 4 design comparison thing earlier in the week. I want to do more stuff like that, more stuff to do with designing. And we also had some other ideas that we're going to talk about later on that me and Yong are trying to figure out on how we want to do this really, because we do want to make it different than other Facebook groups talking about merch. So if we get this done, we do it right, then you guys will be pretty pumped about it. Because I know I'm pumped about it. Yong talked to me different ideas that he has. Yeah. So we want to do that, but let's try to get some more people in.
Okay, well then let's, we can do it here on the show. Let's talk about how many members we should allow. I was at 500, and you did talk me into raising that number. What's a good number for you?
Should we dare say 1,000?
You want to do 1,000? We can do
Oh,
1,000.
man.
I'm okay with
we can do
1,000. Well,
Okay.
here's the thing, okay? Here's my whole reasoning behind capping off the group, because number one, I've said, first of all, guys, if you guys are in the group, read the pinned post, okay? I've noticed a lot of people are asking questions, man. Read the pinned post first of all, and then message me, okay? And that's me. You know, I'm saying that in my very nice voice. Read the pinned post, damn it. I'm just joking. No, but and the reason why we want to cap it off is because between you and I, it's really hard to manage a Facebook group. I mean, people would be like, "Oh, well, what's so hard about managing it?" Well, sometimes you have people popping off, and you're trying to, make things right, and just things like that, right?
Yeah, sometimes it happens.
Sometimes it does happen. People start popping off, and you don't want that in the group. And another thing is, and I've said this before, man, I want people to participate. Okay, if you're in the group and you don't do anything and you just lurk, you provide no value. And it's like, why do you want to be in a group if you provide no value? Like, I want everyone to participate, and the lower the number that I can keep it, the easier for you and I to manage who's participating in that or not.
Okay. So let's give this a shot. And if maybe we have more lurkers than, people that are very interested, then maybe we'll change something. But we did change from 500 to now 1,000. So we did make that change. So we can change back if something happens.
Absolutely.
So where maybe there's a lot of lurkers or maybe something gets out of control or something. But I don't know. I'm pretty pumped. A lot of people are getting accepted. And I don't know. Let's let them in. And
All
then
right.
we'll go from there.
We'll temporarily open up the doors.
Temporarily.
Cool, man.
All
Well,
right.
hey, that was a fun show. Next week, we haven't done one of these in a while. It's just going to be you and I. It seems like for the last 3-4 weeks, we had a guest. So next week
Yeah.
we're going to go back to the basics. It's just going to be me and Glenn. I'm looking forward to that. So until then, we'll see you guys next time.
See ya.